Welcome to pattern making class. I'm Annette Julie and we are working on our torso draft. Let's get going. We finished part 1 and part 2 and now we are working on part 3. So we have our front and back bodices taped down to the paper, and now what we're going to do is we're going to trace them off because we're going to remove them. So we're going to trace off the front bodice at the shoulder, our neckline. I'm going to remove some of this tape that I have on here, and we'll go ahead and draw our armhole. We're tracing this off. Let's draw the notch in the front armhole. And we're going to just draw a 1/4 inch of the side seam only. And this is the front bodice. So we've done neckline, shoulder, the full armhole with the notch, and only a 1/4 inch of the side seam. Now you're going to go ahead and use the slash lines that you have on your pattern. I had gone ahead and taped these together so that it wouldn't flop around. But I already have my slash lines here, so let me just quickly cut through that tape and loosen the pattern piece. Great. Now the front at the bottom hem, I'm going to make my front hip measurement 10 inches. And I'm going to square that up to that waistline. So from the center front out to my side seam, this is 10 inches in the front. Squared up to my waist. And then I'm going to mark in 3/4 of an inch. I'm then going to take the pattern piece that I have slashed and I'm going to pivot it. I'm going to keep it attached at the tip and pivot until, and this is very important, until the corner hits the line, not the 3/4 inch mark, but the line. Now don't trace this side seam off. The only thing we need to trace off right now is our new dart. We have transferred our dart from the waist to the start of our side seam. We only have a 1/4 inch traced off here and just those dart legs. Now we're ready to remove the front bodice. And we've removed it. Let me go ahead and true up that dart leg a little bit. I do not have the front side seam together. That's exactly what I want this to look like. Now I'm going to work on the back here. And for my back hip, I chose to go out 11 inches. Let's square that up and down. And now we're going to go ahead and trace off the back bodice. And we're going to lift that up, but we're going to also use our slash line. And if you're working in the textbook, we just did page 395. And we are on now page 396. So you can see that what we're trying to do is we need to bring this corner right here, X marks the spot, it needs to hit our waistline. So if we're going to slash and spread this line, it's still not going to hit there. But what we need to do is actually bring the center back down 1/8 of an inch, then this very corner will hit this side seam, and that will be a good corner for us. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen. The center back there, and I'm just going to bring that down that 1/8 of an inch. So my center back waist is actually shortened. My center back length is shortened by 1/8 of an inch, but now what we have is the side seam exactly where we want it, meeting that waistline. It's a little bit less than 1/8. Okay, that looks good. Time to trace that off. Go ahead and trace off your side seam. Trace off your armhole. Trace off your shoulder. Trace off your back neckline. And look, I have a little piece of tape there, so I've got to remove that tape for a second. Trace off your dart notches for the back shoulder dart and where that tip is. And I have a little bit more of the armhole to trace. Let me also remove that tape. And now I've traced off the whole back except for the back notches. I've traced off neckline, shoulder. I've traced off the shoulder dart down to the tip, and I'm going ahead and drawing those darts in, those dart legs. And then I reposition the center back down a little bit, like about 1/8 of an inch past that waistline so it matches over here. Another scenario would be to open the slash line and swing this line out till it matched, but we didn't, that was not our scenario. Now we can remove our back bodice. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the back side seam a little bit. I'm going to pull in our notches. I like to put U's around them so we can see. This is our back, and this is our front. And we've traced them off. We're going to continue on in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm Annette Julie.